Hello, Jeff Patterson, Daniel Tran. We're continuing on with the level 1 curriculum here at the Academy, and today we're going to look at the basic Western boxing stance and the straight punch combos that we do from our level 1 curriculum. So the first thing on the stance, in the Thai stance, remember when we were going over that, it's a shorter step. We're trying to keep those hips a little bit more square so we have that right hip can open up on that round kick. In the boxing stance, could you come here please, is we're often closer. So out here we're in kick range. I can get those kicks off and land them from a further distance. But when we're striking, we're in closer, so it's easier to kind of bump off and get off balance a little bit. So we want to have a little bit more base, a little bit stronger stance. Also having a more length in the stance and better foundation is going to allow us to have more power in our strikes. So when we're doing the strike, usually kind of a general way that we measure it, if you could just start with your feet side by side, we call it the Cuban measurement. And he's going to turn his foot out 90 degrees and then 90 degrees again on the toe, 90 degrees again on the heel, and 45 degrees on the ball of the foot. Now, this is an approximate measurement for the basic stance. From there, go ahead and stay there. He brings his hands up. The first basic guard position we're going to play, this backhand is on the phone, elbows in tight to the body. You don't want to see any daylight between here. This is in good. And this hand here is about one fist away from your chin. Notice how his chin is covered on this side with this glove, and his chin is covered on this side being dropped by this shoulder. So it's protecting him from the knockout on this side. So this is his good Western boxing basic number 1 cover position. Again, can you run through that Cuban style measurement one more time, please? All right, looks good. Now, we're going to get into the 10 basic straight punch combos, and I want to talk a little bit about straight punch form when you're throwing the strikes. And so when we're in our boxing stance, you want to make sure your structural speed is the most important, because if I'm going to punch on a straight line with my jab and I'm having to punch like this to get there and I'm making that curve on the strike, it's not going to be as fast as if I go straight to the target. And what a lot of beginning students will do is when they throw the punch, they'll kind of cock the punch like this. They'll sit down and then they'll try to build up momentum there. That's not very good structural speed. People can see that coming a lot sooner than if you just leave it right from that point. That would be structural speed on the delivery. But we also focus on structural speed on the recoil. If I bring it back like this, I'm already getting counterpunched and hit before my hand comes back to cover. So I want to go straight out and straight in. Another important detail on your straight punches is I don't want to punch and lift the elbow up. Again, that's giving me the opportunity to get counterpunched in the ribs. So I want to keep those elbows tight to the body, shoot that punch straight out, straight back. Sit down when you're punching, turn the hips, and shift the weight into that front leg. When you're throwing a rear punch, the ball of the foot, the knee, and the rear shoulder should all be about on the same line. If I start reaching too much and going forward, I'm going to be off balance. Excuse me. And it's going to be easier to the other person to work counter punches. If I'm leaning in like here, I'm leaving my chin open for an uppercut. Plus I can get checked or taken down depending on what the sport is that I'm playing. So those are just a couple basic ideas off the straight punch. So we want to remember to come in off of that good foundation, keep the elbows in, think about our structural speed on the retreat as well as the delivery. And Coach Daniel's going to run through and we're going to demonstrate our 10 basic straight punch combos. So let's do, go ahead and go to your boxing stance, sir. And number 1 is just the basic jab. Again, basic jab. Number 2, double jab. Again. Number 3, triple jab. 2 times. Number 4, 5, double right, 6, triple, and look how he's got good structural speed. It's going straight out and straight in. Number 7, 8, 9, and 10. And face the mirror. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. So real basic straight punch series. We have a number of these that we do. This is just a basic one to kind of give you some ideas how to link them together. And once you start getting comfortable with these, we'll play where if we're doing on the mitts or something where the coach will call it 7, 6, 5, 2, 3, 3, 2, and you'll mix it up and you'll put some of those together. And then we'll also do them off the offensive and defensive side. So for example, say I'm the coach, I'm playing the mitts with Daniel here, and we're going to do where I'm going to feed him the jab. He's going to work that catch block, and then I'm going to call out a combination. So I might be like 1, 2, and so forth. And we can work on different skills that way and kind of bring in some different variety, kind of keep it interesting while getting a lot of disguised repetition and doing the same thing over and over again. And there's thousands of ways you can put that together. I'll give you one simple example. You could put that defensive side on the front side or the back side of the combination, and you could put that together in a sequence as well. So that's all the basic stuff from this video we're looking at. The stance, the striking stance, some details on that, the basic 10 count series, and we're going to finish off with the mitts, show you guys that one, and then you'll have everything you need for your level 1. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in class.